Hey guys, in today's video, I'll be comparing Arnold Schwarzenegger from the 1980 Mr. Olympia and Franco Columbu from the 1981 Mr. Olympia. This is actually a fan requested video, so if you guys would like to see your idea turn into a video, drop it down below in the comments. Both versions of these guys are considered to be their all-time worst physiques, so it'll be interesting to see who is the least impressive out of the two. Before the video starts, if you guys could like and subscribe, it would be much appreciated as I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. Alright, with all that being said, let's get into this video comparison. Here's the first shot, the front double, and you guys can clearly see that both men are not at their peaks. Arnold does resemble his prime self in the upper body, but when we look at the legs, they are very much downsized. His quads are cut and separated, but the proportions aren't as good as they once were. Franco does have an extremely ripped and conditioned upper half with razor sharp conditioning throughout that midsection, solid arms as well, but lacks any separation throughout the quads, as you can see, and very noticeable gyno, which throws off his overall flow. In this pose, Arnold just looks so much more put together. Sure, his legs aren't huge, but he has symmetrical condition from head to toe, and has better lat flare and larger arms. I would give Franco the edge in the upper body condition as well as in the midsection. However, the disparity in condition between the upper and lower halves is just too noticeable here. I would give Arnold the point as he does look better overall and presents a more aesthetic package. The front lat spread is a pose that I always despise reviewing for the 1980 Arnold, since this is the only clear picture we have, and it's not even the front lat spread. This picture is actually a rear lat spread taken from the front, so Arnold isn't really flexing his quads, and he doesn't look too good. Here's actually a screenshot from the video footage of the show, and while it is blurry, you can clearly see the separation in those legs, as well as a much better silhouette. Going back to the other shot, you can see that he also has striations throughout the chest and shoulders, although he does look a bit flat. Franco looks really good here in this shot, and he would be taking it if we focused solely on the lats. He fills out the pose perfectly and has top-notch condition. However, his ever-present gyno throws off the whole pose once again. Moreover, his legs, while large, don't, show nearly enough separation, guys. Even with his flaws, though, I think his massive upper body and densely packed muscle is enough to win this shot. Although Arnold has fewer flaws and is more complete overall, I'd say, the upper body size and condition of Franco is still world class, minus the gyno, of course, and his legs appear to be much larger than Arnold's. Here's the side chest, and in it both men look rather good. Franco's gyno is not too noticeable, and Arnold is hitting this shot to a T. Speaking of Arnold, he looks pretty flawless. His chest and arms show great condition, and his side leg doesn't look all too bad considering the era they were competing in. He is clearly downsized, but his presentation may be enough to get him the point. Taking a look at Franco, his condition is solid as well. Bicep, tricep, and brachialis region is on point, shoulders and chest are striated, and his legs look good too. Here's another shot, and wow, I know this is a photo shoot for Arnold, but he looks super hard and dry. Franco looks to be better in the hamstring department, but it's really close to choose between the two. I would easily give Arnold the advantage in the upper body condition and muscularity, but the lower body is still a toss-up. I think Arnold has better presentation, and of course, his massive structure looks a lot more aesthetic in this pose. I'll go ahead and give Arnold the win, however, Franco does look pretty good as well. This is what we have for the side tricep, a conventional from Franco and a mantis pose for Arnold. My eyes are immediately drawn to Franco here since he looks so dense and conditioned. Obviously, his gyno sticks out like a sore thumb, but his chest and shoulders are ridiculously striated, his midsection and legs are on point, and his arms look huge. Taking a look at Arnold, his upper half looks phenomenal. His close tricep and far bicep look full and ripped, but his legs do fall a bit short. Sure, he looks super statuesque, but he doesn't look as dense or conditioned here as Franco. I think Franco runs away with this pose, as he is not only hitting the shot to spec, he's hitting it conventionally, of course, he also looks fantastic overall. So I'm going to give Franco the win in this shot. The rear double is a great shot for both guys, as they both had some of the best backs during the golden era. Franco shows more density throughout the lower back and lats, and might even be just as wide as Arnold. He shows, more hamstring definition, and he also has some great calves. Arnold has a vascular conditioned back too, but he doesn't appear to be as dense as Franco. He has good calves, world-class arms, and good condition, but lacks definition through the hamstrings. I would have Arnold winning in the arm department, Franco winning in the legs, and a close battle through the back. Ultimately, I would give the shot to Franco as he is more dense in the back, just as wide, and has a better lower half in terms of hamstring condition. Here is the three-quarters twisting double bicep pose, and wow guys, even at his worst, Arnold still manages to look outstanding in this shot. I have always felt that a shorter guy can't pull off this shot as well as a taller guy since they have shorter arms. And here it is evident that Arnold's larger frame makes the shot look more aesthetic. He presents great condition through the arms and back, and while his legs aren't as dense as Franco's, the proportions just look right. Franco, for what it's worth, looks pretty good too. His hamstrings are demolishing Arnold's in my opinion, and his back looks to be thicker from the side. Really though, Arnold's proportions and presentations in this shot are just too much for Franco to handle, and he rather easily takes this shot. The abs and thigh is a decent shot for Arnold and Franco. Both have certainly seen better days in this pose, however, neither look too off. Arnold presents the best quad separation between the two, which should be expected at this point. His midsection isn't the best genetically speaking, but it is ripped, and he has a solid V-taper. Speaking of V-taper, Franco's crazy lats create an insane V-taper. I mean, wow, guys. He has some of the lowest inserting lats in bodybuilding history. His midsection is much better in terms of genetic shape, and it also appears to be more ripped. Of course, his quads have zero separation here. I mean, I may even have more separation in my quads than he does. But in all seriousness, Franco does have some huge quads, even without the separation. Both men have top tier calves as well, so it really is an upper versus lower body battle. While, Arnold is the most complete in terms of condition, Franco's genetically superior midsection, along with his quad sized advantage, is just enough to defeat Arnold in my opinion. To be fair though, this really could go either way depending on what you guys prefer. Here's the last shot, the most muscular, and both men don't really look too good here. Arnold does have more definition in the quads, but his arms look rather lanky due to his downsized physique. Franco looks great with those striations throughout the chest, but the separation in the quads is lackluster, and his gyno once again throws off the chest. I'd say that Arnold has the advantage in the traps and the chest, while Franco has the advantage in the muscular density, shoulders, and the midsection. I don't really know, guys. Both don't look too outstanding by any means, so it is rather hard to choose between the two. I personally prefer Franco's shot since he looks more muscular, which I guess is the whole essence of this pose. Guys, Arnold just looks a little too thin here, but I could see an argument for him because of the leg condition advantage. Alright guys, that about does it for this video. To summarize, I had Franco winning 5-3, however, shots like the ab and thigh and the most muscular could have really gone either way. Although Franco was super off in 81, he brought world-class upper body condition and size, minus the gyno, and solid leg size, minus the condition, of course. Arnold in 1980 wasn't as bad as many think, but his downsized physique couldn't make up enough ground in shots where dense muscle counts. He did show condition that was pretty good, and he was about 80% of his prime, but I think he would have needed more thickness throughout the back and legs to defeat the muscularity that Franco presented. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know down below who you would have picked to win this comparison, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.